Hey guys, welcome to today's NFL news and updates, where we're going to be talking about issues and things that have been happening in the NFL this week. It is the 13th of the 3rd, 2022 here in Sydney, Australia. And it's been an eventful week for the NFL, I have to admit, with a lot of trades that have happened and a lot of other little things that we'll get into throughout the video. Just want to let you guys know that we have an Instagram page, we have a YouTube page. If you guys want to follow us, like and subscribe on our YouTube and our Instagram, please do, on our YouTube page, if you want to subscribe to our channel, hit the little bell icon as well when you subscribe to be notified if any new updates come up straight out of the blue. Now, let's begin with today's presentation. Let me just make my camera just a tiny bit smaller, not too small. You guys can still see me? Beauty. What's up? Alrighty, so let's continue on, okay? Well, let's start our video today. So we're going to start today with, of course, the free agent trades. Now, we had some blockbuster trades this week, and you've got a little bit of the information there. I didn't put full information about the trades, but you get to see the photos and you get to actually read the sections of how the trades went down and what situations and scenarios happened. So let's begin with, first off, the first page. Now, there were some big trades, and I think the Russell Wilson one was the most unexpected trade of them all. And it was a bizarre trade because I don't think anyone kind of expected this one to happen. Russell Wilson has been a Seattle Seahawks for a while, since he actually started in the NFL. And, everyone in the NFL community was shocked when this happened. So, Russell Wilson for the 2022 season is now officially a Denver Bronco. He was traded from Seattle on, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, one of the two. He was traded to the Denver Broncos. This is how the trade went down. So, the Seattle Seahawks traded Russell Wilson, of course the quarterback, their quarterback, and as well as a 2022 fourth round pick. But in return, this is what the Denver Broncos had to trade back to the Seattle Seahawks. Their QB, Drew Lock, tight end Noah Fant, defensive line, Shelby Harris, and now their picks as well. So their 2022 ninth overall pick, their first round pick in 2023, their 40th overall pick in the 2022 season, the draft, the 2023 second round draft, and the 2022 draft. The fifth round. So that was a blockbuster trade. That was one of the big ones for this week. And there was other trades that you're going to see throughout this video that were massive ones as well. But a lot of fans, especially in Australia, we did not expect this to happen. I think everyone expected Russell Wilson to sign another contract either for 4 or 5 more years at Seattle. No one expected this, but it happened. So officially, Denver Broncos have a brand new quarterback. He has agreed to terms and contract, and he will be starting with them in the preseason to see how he goes. Then we have Carson Wentz from the Indianapolis Colts. Wentz is one of those players. He's a great player, hasn't had a lot of success with a lot of teams he's been in, but it's still a good trade for the Washington Commanders, or the Commanders. So the Indianapolis Colts traded Carson Wentz and the 2022 second overall round pick for the Indianapolis Colts. And in return from the Washington Commanders, they received a 2022 second round pick, a 2022 third round pick, and another 2023, but this time, third round pick, which is kind of a good trade, but at the same time, Carson Wentz is a good quarterback, but he's still got, things in his game plan that are kind of an issue. So for the Commanders, I would say this was a trade that was a gamble, a lot more of a gamble than compared to, a thought out plan. But apart from that, they've got Carson Wentz. Hopefully he has success. He'll be starting in the preseason next year, as well as Russell Wilson. Now we move on to the next trades. Then we had another blockbuster trade. The defensive end from the Chicago Bears, Khalil Mack, a Oakland Raider to Chicago. Now he'll be playing in the Los Angeles Chargers next season. And of course, Chicago traded him to the Chargers, but in return, they gave the Chicago Bears a 2022 second-round pick and a 2023 sixth-round pick, which, to have a defensive end player like Khalil Mack, he's a legendary defensive player, a great person to have, especially for a young team like the Chargers. They're a couple of players away from making a successful chance of making it into the playoffs, into the Super Bowl. And I reckon Khalil Mack will be maybe a piece that might define their season next year, depending on what happens with the team. Then today, we had a big shock. Amari Cooper from the Dallas Cowboys is now finalizing, as we can see, Adam Schefter's post here, is finalizing a trade to send wide receiver Alvin Kamara and a sixth-round pick to the Cleveland Browns, and the Cleveland Browns will be giving them a fifth-round pick and a sixth-round pick for the 2022 season. This trade hasn't been confirmed yet, and it hasn't. I think this is almost finalized with the Cowboys and Cleveland Browns, but most likely it is going to be a successful trade. Amari Cooper, one of the great wide receivers for Dallas Cowboys, will be moving on from his beloved team to head over to Cleveland for a chance to possibly make a playoff push for Cleveland. They've had a lot of years where they've kind of struggled, and I think the fact that 2 years ago they almost made it to a Super Bowl if they hadn't been stopped by Kansas City, I think next year they're going to be fighting to get back in the playoffs. This year they weren't very successful. Their campaign was going good at the beginning, and then Baker Mayfield was pretty much injured through the season. And I think Baker, ever since Odell Beckham left the Cleveland Browns, I think Baker Mayfield may need a wide receiver at the of someone like Amari Cooper, because Amari Cooper is very versatile. He's a great wide receiver. He's a great route runner. So we'll have to wait and see. And it's going to be an interesting season for Dallas next year. What are their plans without Amari Cooper? Is there players that they're looking at? Are they going to be trying to make some trades this year? We'll have to wait and see. All right, moving on to the franchise tag players. Now, there is a lot of franchise tag players this week that have been officially tagged by their players, their teams. So let's get into some of them. Now, again, some of you guys may have opinions on some of these tags and stuff like that, same as the trades as well. But again, it is the NFL. We just hope and pray to see things, do well for some of these players. And yeah, let's see what these franchise tags are. And some people may know them already, but here we go. So I'll just move my camera somewhere like okay, either way. I'll just put it here. You can see the Kansas City still. All right, so we have Chris Godwin, wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, has been franchised for the Bucs, a great wide receiver for them. I reckon he could be the key to making another Super Bowl after Brady. He's a very versatile wide receiver. He is the most liked player in the NFL, and it'd be an honor for him to be tagged by the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And yeah, I think it's going to be interesting without Brady next year for the Buccaneers, so we'll have to wait and see. And Devontae Adams, wide receiver as well, has been franchise tagged by the Green Bay Packers. Another interesting one, Green Bay, a great successful team. Devontae Adams could have moved possibly with Aaron Rodgers if he left, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But instead, he's agreed to being franchise tagged by the Green Bay Packers. And yeah, will be a player for the generations for Green Bay. He's a great wide receiver for Green Bay Packers, been to a lot of playoffs. even though they haven't had a lot of success in the last couple of years with playoff standings or playoff games, either win or loss, especially the one recently against San Francisco in the division. I think it was the not conference, not division. It would have been the one before division. But yeah, so either way, a possible berth to the Super Bowl this year, with the news of their quarterback, of course, you'll see later. So let's continue on, and we've got the Dallas Cowboys franchising their quarterback, Dalton Schultz, their tight end, which is a really, really good thing because he's been a good tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. He's had a lot of great success with them. He's had a lot of touchdown passes this year, and he probably was the most, I think, for Dallas, I think he was one of the main tight ends that was catching a lot more and receiving a lot more passes this year. Dallas, of course, falling short of the wildcard round. Maybe he could be the next part of the team successing for the next couple of years. But either way, he'll be a name remembered at Dallas Cowboys, as now he's a franchise tag. So congratulations to him as well. Then we go to Miami. We've got Mike Gesicki, tight end for the Miami Dolphins. Even though they've had a year that's been bumpy and rough, they've managed to stay strong. Even though they didn't make the playoffs this year, they still have a fighting chance. Tua longer as their quarterback. And of course, their brand new coach that is coming from the San Francisco 49ers. They've got a chance next year to make it to, of course, playoffs and stuff like that. So having Mike Gesicki's franchise tag part of their team, especially for the future of the team, it's a really good thing because he's a great player, great tight end, and yeah, well deserved. Then, of course, we move this just a bit here now. Then we have, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs have put a franchise tag on Orlando Brown, their offensive tackle. Kansas City, a great team. The franchise, especially, they've got such an amazing future coming ahead of them, especially Mahomes at the helm as quarterback. And especially to have players like Orlando Brown, arguably probably a great offensive tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs. He has been instrumental to making the push to the playoffs the last 2 years or 3 years at least. And he'll continue helping Mahomes, as well as now being franchise tagged by the team, especially to celebrate the fact that he has been an instrumental part of Mahomes being able to do what Mahomes does. So, offensive tackle player, Orlando Brown has been franchised, so congratulations to him as well. And then we also have Jesse Bates from the Cincinnati Bengals. Another great one, the safety. He had a great season this year, Jesse Bates. Probably one of the most underrated safeties this year in the NFL. He really, really did a great job in the position this year to propel his team into the Super Bowl. Such a young team. And he was an instrumental part of the defense with a lot of teams that they had to play. Kansas City, they had to play Tennessee, they had to play the Raiders in the first week as well. All those teams that really put them to the test, and they really held up very well. And you know what? A well-deserved franchise tag for Jesse Bates. He'll be a well-known name around Cincinnati for a couple of years to come. And then finally, the tight end for the Cleveland Browns, David Njoku. Another great player being franchise tagged. He has been instrumental for Cleveland, especially the last couple of years. I think he's been a great tight end for them, even though he's had some off periods or good periods, but a well-deserved franchise tag, especially for a player of his caliber. He's done well with the Cleveland Browns to get him as far as the playoffs the last season, not this season that's just passed, the last season. So hopefully they can have more success with him. Now that he's franchised, he'll be a well-known name around Cleveland, and yeah, the fans will always either way, franchise tags for the fans is a massive thing because fans will remember those players for years to come. Alrighty, moving on to NFL player extensions. Now we had, which this is our last topic as well, by the way, guys, just so you know. We had some big extensions pop up this week, and especially one I was talking to you about with the Davante Adams. This is the second part to that because Aaron Rodgers, one of the most, I don't know how to describe Aaron Rodgers. He's one of those characters in the NFL. I think he has such a great way of understanding the game for so long. And now that he's extending his contract for 4 years at the Green Bay Packers, even though there was rumors he's going to Denver, he's going to be leaving Green Bay this year, he's going back around for another 4 years. So, Aaron Rodgers' contract, he's basically committed to a 4-year contract worth $20 million, which in that case, he'll become the highest paid player in the NFL history. And he will earn a whopping $153 million guaranteed as well for the span of his career. So that's really, really good. Then we have the Los Angeles Chargers. We've got Mike Williams, wide receiver, another great player for the Los Angeles Chargers. So I keep saying Chicago, I don't know why. So that's all me. So for the Los Angeles Chargers, we've got Mike Williams extending his contract, and he's agreed to a 3-year contract, which his contract will be worth $60 million. Pretty good for him as well. And then, of course, the Titans extending Harold Landry, the linebacker for the Tennessee Titans. Harold Landry has agreed to a 5-year extension, which is worth $87.5 million. Not a bad thing, I guess. For all these players, it's a great opportunity, and to be extended by the club that you've been playing at the moment, even better. And then last but not least, we have Max Cosby, one of those players at the moment that has really given himself a name in the NFL. Just move my camera so you guys can see. There you go. So Max Cosby, the defensive end for the the Las Vegas Raiders, a great contract extension for him. He has had a tough couple of years, and he really has now found a way to be the player that he once was before. And it's congratulations to him. You know, I really do like this extension because he is a player for the Raiders that for years will be well known there. I think he'll be franchise tagged soon, hopefully, for himself as well. And Max Cosby has agreed to a 4-year contract that will be worth $9,898 million. $9,898 million. That's good money. Good money. Or just money, pretty much. But yeah, what a honourable thing to be given, especially for a player like this caliber who has been a great defensive end for the Las Vegas Raiders. So yeah, well deserved, and hopefully for his success of his team does well, and yeah, honours the contract. It'll be exciting. Alrighty guys, well that is it from us. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a short video, but it's only just NFL updates of situations that have been happening throughout the week. If you guys want to follow us on our YouTube channel is JoArt1&Co Sports and Gaming. And also if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's JoArt1&Co. We'll be posting updates, live feed, or sometimes either vlogging or other updates for the channel. We'll be doing posts and stuff to let you guys know what's happening. And yeah, and soon the NRL season started up again. Maybe we might be able to do some vlogging this year. Hopefully, this year goes according to plan. The last couple of years with COVID, it's been a struggle. So hopefully everything goes well. And yeah, let's continue, guys. Let's build this group. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and also click the little bell icon so you can be notified of any new updates or live feeds or any content that you guys want us to post or anything like that. Give us a comment on YouTube or Instagram and we'll see. Yeah, and also guys, the next time I do an NFL video, I could possibly be doing a giveaway for a lucky fan with NFL cards. We'll get into that one a little bit closer to the date that I'll reveal that video. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video and see you guys next time.